It's Monet with Tick Life. Sorry if I'm a little bit blurry. Today is the first day back in the building for teachers, so I actually have to go to a meeting. But before I even started filming, I put my read sign on my wall. I'll show you that when I come back. And I also started getting these ready to put on the ceiling. I did put one on the ceiling using a zip tie because I could not get the hook, like this hook. It's like a little hook. Into the book, well, the spine of the book, so I had to use a zip tie. Yeah, so when I come back from this meeting, I will definitely talk to you guys a little bit more about what I'm trying to do today, but it's going to be a little hectic because, again, today is like the first day for teachers to come back, so we have a staff meeting and a breakfast, and I have a grade level meeting, so that's why I came last week. Today is July 30th. It is a Monday. And I will talk to you guys soon. Hope you enjoy the video. Hey guys, it's Monet. I am done with all of my staff meetings and trainings for today. This is the first day back from summer, so I got to meet the other staff members and just learn more about what they expect to see inside of the classroom. So there are some things I have to change just to make sure that I have the non-negotiables inside of my classroom, so when admin come around, they see my data and some other things that they mentioned that I did not consider. So what that means is I will have to put my work, or like some people call it the gallery wall, it's gonna have to go over here, and then on this wall, that one, I have to take that down and put that on the burlap wall, and over here they want to see the kids' data. So this school has a system that they have bought into where kids are tested, I think bi-weekly, and it measures something, and they just want kids to see how they're moving after each test. So hopefully they'll be progressing and they can see, oh, I'm going up or I'm going down, and be more conscious and accountable with their scores. So I have to do that. I have to put the border on my wall. I also have to put the labels on my Class B set for my turn-in bins. And I think that's it. So that's all I'm gonna do today before I leave. I do want to take a second and say hi to all my new subscribers. I have over 900 subscribers. That is awesome. I'm just, if I only had one, I would still be happy. But for me to have 900 and something people interested in learning from me or seeing something in my classroom or whatever it may be, whatever draws you to this channel, I thank you, I thank you, I thank you. Somebody told me, I think on YouTube, in one of my comments, it's like somebody recommended your channel. What? They recommended me now? Woo, woo. But all in all, like, thank you for selecting this channel, and I hope that, you know, you're happy with the content and that you participate in this channel, because it's not just mine. Like, people tell me they want to see certain things, and I really try to discuss them or model them or show them. So all my new teachers, if there's something specific you want to see, please tell me. All my veteran teachers, please tell me. I already have like first year teaching advice that's in my history, in my videos. I also have how to lesson plan, and my lesson plan template is on TPT. Check that out. Like, look at all the, you know, the resources that I have available. So again, thank you. And if you don't follow me on Instagram, be sure to follow me on Instagram, because I try to put one or two pictures up every day that's related to education. Now, with all of that being said, there is like one thing that I want to comment about. I have been noticing this one conversation taking place on Instagram and YouTube, and I didn't quite know if I wanted to publicly respond, and I didn't know where. Like, I didn't know if I wanted to type it on Instagram under a picture, or if I wanted to discuss it on film. And I thought it would be better to put it on film, that way people can hear my tone, and hopefully better understand my words, because I don't want to be misconstrued. So the conversation that I have been seeing on those two social platforms is discussing the investment that people are putting into their classrooms. And it's being labeled the Pinterest-worthy classroom. And some people may see it as a positive, some people may see it as a negative, and that's the conversation that's going on. And I've seen quite a few pictures. I'm sorry for saying a lot. Like, I'm tired. Can you imagine being off for like a long time and then coming back to work and people want to talk to you and ask you questions and talk about systems and grading policies and blah 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 blah? My mind is fried. But so I apologize if I say a lot. So basically, I've seen posts where people are like, you don't need all of that. All you need is a pencil or a desk. Like, they say something like really simple, almost to kind of like knock the investment that somebody has said. And there have been people that have just said it in other words, you know, saying, oh wow, you know, that's cool, but please don't feel pressured to do that, because all it takes is you. All it takes is a good lesson. All it takes is a good strategy. And that is absolutely true. I totally agree that at the end of the day, when it comes to students emerging and growing, and when it comes to closing that achievement gap, it takes strong instruction. Like, you have to know your content, you have to know your strategies, and you have to build relationships. And building relationships does not require things falling from the ceiling. It does not require fresh paint. It doesn't require burlap or a rug. Like, it doesn't at all. I would just like to add in the discussion that you should also be supportive. And yes, there are people that become envious. Yes, there are people that become stressed, like, oh my God, how can I do that? I don't know how to do that. Do I need to pay somebody to do that? Like, please do not do that. Be you. In July, the very first day in July, I talked about, you know, staying in your lane and just focus on being the best you. And maybe that's incorporating something that you did not do before, just like one little thing. But don't feel like you have to go on Pinterest and get the banners and go on TPT and get the color kit and, you know, all that extra stuff. If that's not you, don't do it, because children will see through that. Like, children have this eye. Like, they know what is real, they know what's fake, they know who is for them and who is against them. And so if it's not you, don't do it. However, at the same time, don't knock other people that do it. Okay? I will say that when I invest in my classroom, it is my money. But as I expressed in my video last summer, I have a savings account just for teaching. I use majority of that savings for my classroom designs for back to school. So I'm not broke, you know, like I can fill my cart on Amazon and spend $400. Why? Because it's in my savings account that I've been putting money into. And if you saw my first video, which I hope everybody has, which is part 1, this is part 3. But in part 1, where was I? At my storage unit getting my school supplies, because this is my 5th year teaching. So I have acquired a lot of items. So no, I'm not buying a lot of this stuff for the first time. A lot of these things I have. Some of it I have too much of, i.e. why I have the storage unit. But you know, like, first teachers, do you know, if you want to jump in and you want to make the investment, go ahead. It's an investment. You're going to use it the next year and the next year and the next year, hopefully, you know. So just be careful, you know, teachers. We have to be very careful how we talk within this community, because there are some people that you don't know how they're taking your words. You don't know if they're being discouraged or they're being uplifted. So just always try to talk on both sides of the fence, like how I'm really trying to talk from both sides of the fence, because again, I understand that all it takes is strong teaching, and yes, that's our focus. But if people want to be extra, let them be extra. They're being extra with their own money and their own time. You simply just need to enjoy it and look at it with open eyes, because it could be something that you say, wow, I want to do that. I love how she sectioned her board. That way when kids come in and I say, okay, what's your homework for today? They know where to look. Okay, there's a purpose. I am very purposeful. I think if I could change my name from Tick Life, it would be Purposeful Mo or something. Like, I don't know. But every single thing on my wall to my floor, it is a reason. Whether that connection is for the emotional enhancement of my student, whether that connection is for the intellectual enhancement of my student. But trust me, if I pay my dollar, it's gonna make a difference in some child's life. And yes, it looks cute, and yes, I love it when I come in. It really does feel like a homework for home. It honestly feels like my grandma's house. My grandma stayed in the country, and this has a very country feel to me. Some people say rustic. It's rustic, it's country, but I really feel like her presence is with me, and that supports me. But I know kids are gonna love it. My principal and assistant principal and our two instructional coaches, they came to my classroom last Thursday when I was here decorating, and my principal walked in the door and her mouth dropped, and she said two things that just blessed me. The first thing she said is, "Wow, when I come in your room, I feel important." That's what I want my kids to feel when they come into my room and they see the lights and they see the diversity and seating and they see that library set up for them. It's for them, and they know it's for them. It makes them feel important. Wow, you did this for me. You spent your money for me. You decorated this space and made it non-traditional for me. Like, don't think that they don't get it. You know, they know when you do something for them. And then the second part she said was, I feel smarter. Like, I feel like I'm coming in here to pick up a book and I want to go in that library. And I was like, yes, that is it. Like, yes, I want them to feel like they're scholars. I want them to feel like this is a place of learning and exploring and just open up those doors in their mind. You know, like, what are we going to do today? That's what I want. That's how you get attendance to go up, where kids, you know, they're not going to stay at home because they don't know what Miss Mike is going to do in class today. I can't stay home. I can't sleep in. I can't do whatever. I can't get suspended because I'm going to miss something. And then I got to hear from other people that, oh, Miss Brown taught this lesson and it rocked, or that Miss Brown had flashlight reading day and I missed opportunity to have my flashlight. Like, it's simple stuff. And what are they doing with that flashlight? They are reading. So now when I ask them to make text-to-text connection, they have that ability, you know. So, like, trust. I got all this stuff in here, but I know this is not the core, but it is the skeleton. It's a skeleton for learning. So I just wanted to put that out there, and hopefully somebody hears it. And if y'all want to talk more about it, feel free to talk more about it at the bottom. I hope I have not offended anybody. I totally support everybody to just be them. Be the teacher that you want to be, because that's the best one. You know, if you try to be me or you try to be somebody else, whether it's Pinterest worthy or PE worthy or whatever you want to call it, like, trust me, do you. Do you. Stay in your lane. I'm in my lane. So I'm not going to hold you up. This will be the end of my Monday clip. I will talk to you guys more tomorrow when I can show you what my room looks like and when I dig into starting to lesson plan for next week. But I hope you guys have a great day and take on.